STPL, playing on some cool maps for this show match.
It is indeed. Now, this is a set of show matches. There are going to be 6 of them overall, possibly 9 depending on if people want to play another set before the start of round 3. But either way, this is going to be on the round 3 map pool, so we're going to see some new maps here for the first time in the STPL.
Yeah, well, you're not only just seeing them for the first time in the STPL, more likely than not, you're seeing them for the first time ever, because who on earth plays maps, Kicks?
A lot of people.
No people, Kicks. No one voluntarily boots up their Brood War and they're like, you know what? I really just want to play on some Neo Ground Zero right now. That's my map.
Hey, Neo Ground Zero is like the worst example you could use, because that was in the Move Pro League recently, so a lot of people are playing that.
I meant people watching this show, Kicks.
Fair enough. I mean, unless the people watching have played with me, in which case they've probably played all of these maps, because I will do anything to not play Fighting Spirit. And,
well, that is true.
Yeah. Now,
I don't blame you there. If I get the chance to play on a map that's not Fighting Spirit, Circuit Breaker, like Destination or Python, it's a good day.
Yeah, it's a pretty good day for me as well. I mean, even on IC Cup, I used to take advantage of the Map of the Week thing because I could host. And then while everyone was playing Fighting Spirit, I was forcing people to play on whatever map, and it was good. But that's why. That's why when people are practicing with me, they'll find that I have like the perfect build for Plasma, but I can't play Fighting Spirit because I never played it. But either way, let's have a look at what maps we're going to be seeing today as we move on to the overlay. So starting us off on set 1 is going to be Icarus, 4-player map. Set 2 is going to be Plasma. Set 3, that's a 3-player map. Set 3 is going to be Colosseum 2, that is a 4-player map. Set 4 is on Benzene, 2-player map, and set 5 for our ace match, if we do get there, is going to be Neo Ground Zero.
Right, so this is what I was talking about, guys. If you've never seen any of these maps before, then, well, I'm not going to blame you. I believe Benzene was actually used in...
ASL 3.
Yeah, ASL. Yeah, the 3, I guess it was. So, yeah, that's probably the map that you've seen before. I would say the Plasma is pretty weird, so
yeah.
We're gonna have some stuff to talk about there. But you know, there's no crazy shenanigans. Like there's no cloaked lurker eggs. There's no like on Troy with the assimilators blocking off people's bases. So the mechanics are maybe a little bit easier to understand, but the maps themselves can be pretty complicated.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the maps, if I was to take a look at what was standard and what were not, I would say the most standard is Neo Ground Zero. That's got most of the obvious groundings of all the standard maps ever. And
yeah,
the other one,
get it.
Yeah, the other one is Icarus. Now, Icarus does look a bit funky. But when it was being played in Pro League, even since then, whenever people mention Icarus, they call it a rather boring map because it is like one of the most standard things you could have.
Yeah.
So it's weird to see that kind of map from me in the pool, but I do like Icarus.
Yeah, Icarus is like what happens if you take like a fastest map and you merge the two sides together and then grab the middle and twist. So. Yeah, essentially you've got like narrow bases on the corners, and we'll talk about that once we get into the game.
Yeah, so let's have a look at who our teams are going to be for this first round 3 show match. I know there is going to be a team you may have got pretty well, or you may recognize from before anyway, but they were in round 2. They were there from the very beginning of round 2, and they're going to be here for round 3 as well. It's going to be Media over there on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, of course, the stats don't matter too much in this show match because the stats are not going to be recorded. This is purely for fun to give the team something to play during the meantime, and also to give me something to cast with you while there's not many playoffs being played yet. They're being played on Sunday, so... And
yeah, oh, I was just going to say, while we're introducing Media, I did find out, by the way, I dug through the annals of Twitter and found that there is a never-used 2010 Twitter account for Micromedia. And so it's at Media versus World. So somehow, someday, Artosis woke up one day and he's like, you know what? We need one of them new Twitter accounts. And
Yeah,
he made at Media versus World. So you should all go follow and tweet at Media versus World and let them know that they're pretty cool, even though nobody will
ever
ever
read
log
it,
into
yeah.
that account again.
It's possible that Artosis or whoever made it probably didn't even remember it existed, to be honest,
Oh
but
no, nobody knows. Guaranteed, like Artosis is the person least capable of logging into that account. That account is connected to like one of those like guerrilla email servers. Like I don't know. I guarantee you the email account connected to that is like a Lycos account or something.
yeah, some crazy old account. Now their opponents over there on the right hand side of your screen, this is going to be their debut appearance in the STPL ecosystem, might I say. It's going to be bwL bwL Life. Now bwL Life are, I believe, mainly a North American team, most of them from the East Coast, and they're kind of the well, they did spawn from Kingdom, who was on Naz, but he jumped out of there and made his own team, and that's why they're here. Kingdom obviously did appear a couple of times in the STPL before, but they're going to be looking to leave their mark here and maybe show a good appearance here for their first appearance in the STPL, but I guess we'll have to find that out as we have a look at the matchups we're going to have today.
Yep. And so bwL, I heard that the name that they were going to use instead of bwL was actually Herbmon and the Bros, but they changed it to bwL because I think maybe that resonates a little bit more with their community. But yeah, it has Herbmon at the end, but MannerzMan, I guess it should be noted as filling in for Jiraiya.
Yeah. So it's going to be a ZVP between Machine and MannerzMan on Icarus, a PvP between Future and Kingdom on Plasma, a TVP between Nyoken and Castle on Colosseum 2, and a PvZ between G5 and Herbmon on Benzene. So a good amount of matchups here. Not that many mirrors. There could have been a ZVZ at the start, but someone did get subbed, so not going to see that. But let's just have a quick look at the map. I won't even bother showing the player stats, just because, I mean, all the bwL don't have any yet, so showing that off would be a little bit one-sided. But either way, here is Icarus. Looking at what Rapid was saying before, you can see that there are the 12, 3, 9, and 6 o'clock bases. There's the kind of weird squashed bases like they have on New Aztec. In the corners, they do have gas and very easy to defend. And you do have a kind of weird shaped middle, very reminiscent of the old map Roadkill, Roadkill 3 to be more specific, with the little bridges and the big open center. So
Yeah, it should also be noted that you can't wall with a barracks and depot, so it takes a little bit more effort to wall in. But that once you do wall in, you have a pretty decent base. It's all kind of contiguous. There's nothing really scary that you have to worry about. A lot of times, a popular thing to do is dropping like tanks or lurkers or something on the high ground above the natural, because there is like a big open platform that just kind of screams drop stuff here.
yeah,
But we might see that. Although I guess
it is a
this
CVP to
is not.
start with, so
Yeah, it's not going to have any Terrans in that. But if you ever do wind up playing on this in one of Kix's weird tournaments, then just watch out for that.
okay, so let's move on to the game. Let's get ourselves ready with our first game. We've got it all loaded up, so let's head on over and get started between Media Machine and bwL's MannerzMan.